Hey guys, it's Soralum1. And now I said in the past actually that I wasn't going to be really making any more Union Cross videos until something really piqued my interest, story-wise or so. But it has come to the point where the more and more I think about this, the more it annoys me, and it's really an opinionated thing. But I'm gonna express what about Union Cross is beginning to annoy me. So if we go way back, like way back, Kingdom Hearts 2.8 was first announced. And this cinematic movie was announced to be in the game. Kingdom Hearts key cutscenes, Kingdom Hearts Chi cutscenes, whatever you want to call it. Kingdom Hearts key cutscenes were included in back cover cinematic events, from the foreteller's perspective, untold. When I first saw back cover, I was under the impression that back cover was going to be this movie that you could watch so that you don't need to play Unchained Key, you don't need to know about PC Key. Now, I did not think that it would have everything the mobile games had, no. What I did think, though, was that whatever is the most relevant stuff, the most important stuff, back cover will have it so that you will be covered for Kingdom Hearts 3 without playing a Kingdom Hearts key game, right? And although Nomura, in past interviews has always, been encouraging people to play Kingdom Hearts key to find out the story and whatnot, I was under that impression. And then late last year, there's an old quote from Shinji Hashimoto that I misread, and I read it as him saying, if you watch back cover, it will make sense. I thought he said the whole storyline will make sense without Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, but perhaps in this quote, if you look more carefully, he's just saying that back cover as a standalone title will be understandable without Unchained Key. He's not saying Kingdom Hearts 3 will be understandable. So that's, a goof on my part, and I've been under that impression for like 2 years now, right? I've always been a heavy person to push that, like, back cover is a great thing, because if we have back cover, we don't have to play the mobile game. Of course, you'll get more information from the mobile game, but the essentials, the essential pack of information that you need for Kingdom Hearts 3 would be in back cover. The more and more further time goes on, the more it becomes painfully obvious that this is not the case, with no insight as to what was going on during the actual battle of the Keyblade War, which I actually didn't think the war was going to be in back cover anyway, but I mean, I can list that as a point since they kind of give it to you in Kingdom Hearts Key, surprisingly, the browser version. Barely an understanding of Ephemer and the player's relationship, no appearance from Skuld, an important character in Kingdom Hearts Key, and of course the biggest thing where it became extremely painfully obvious that back cover does not have everything you need, no inclusion of Ventus. And now with the new Union Cross stuff going on, they're revealing that the artwork with Ventus from last year actually did lead to something, and Ventus will play a role in this story in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Now, while I did always know that quote-unquote Unchained Key Season 2 would have more story, to go beyond the ending of Browser Key, I did not think it would have exclusive stuff that would be terribly important. Think of it like this. I thought it would be a self-contained storyline for Unchained Key Season 2, where, a conflict arises in Unchained Key Season 2, or we can just call it Union Cross now. And then by the time this story wraps up, it will be a completely self-contained story where the plotline finishes, Maleficent or whoever the villain is defeated, and then the players or the Dandelions wake up. And that was the general guess I had before, to make it as unintrusive as possible. But clearly, the more time goes on, we can see that what I thought was going to happen doesn't seem like it's going to happen. And now we have this thing where potentially huge plot points such as Ventus's origin will now be exclusive to the mobile game Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. Now, why does that bother me? That bothers me because for Kingdom Hearts, I felt like everything was finally coming together in terms of ease of access, being able to introduce the series to people, show them, hey, you only need to, for your PS4, buy Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, and then when you finish that, you can buy Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and then, you know, you're good. And to an extent, I still will tell newbies that, but now it's getting a little bit complicated because it's kind of going back to that old problem of Kingdom Hearts being spread on too many platforms, except it's not too many platforms. I understand basically anyone this day and age has a mobile device to, you know, do whatever, download apps, so it's not a scarcity problem. It's just the setup here is to play a very repetitive, filler-ridden, and do not argue with me that this game is filler-ridden, you know, microtransaction-filled game just to catch up to the story. And the important story is spread so few and far between that you have to be pretty invested into Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key in order to, you know, mop through all those filler missions if you really don't care about the game or you don't necessarily enjoy the gameplay. The gameplay, which understandably is a departure from traditional Kingdom Hearts that we've come to know and love because, you know, it's on a completely different touch-only platform. I understand that. Just the problem is, bottom line, it is difficult for me to play Unchained Key. The game is not... I try my best to like the gameplay of this game. Okay, I don't want to not like it, but it's hard for me to find enjoyment in the gameplay system here. It's different from Kingdom Hearts. I'm not saying it's objectively bad, because I don't believe it's objectively bad, but it's hard for me to enjoy it, and it's pretty different from, you know, what I know Kingdom Hearts for, understandably. So if someone, you know, chooses not to, I guess, go on YouTube and look up the cutscenes, they're gonna have to go in and essentially plow through what is a giant pile of homework just to get to very few and far between scenes of very interesting story. And I'm not gonna insult the story of Key because I've enjoyed it a lot. I've, you know, theorized on it a lot. I've went really in depth with Kingdom Hearts Key story. I do like the Key storyline. I just don't like the game Unchained Key, or now Union Cross. Which brings me to my next problem. The rebranding, the name change. The name change to me feels like such a missed opportunity. Such a missed opportunity because... Here's the thing. I don't think the name change was necessarily a good idea. Now, the positives out of this name change, the positive aspect, and probably why they did it, was to bring attention back to Unchained Key. You know, make it substantial, make it feel new, and really market that multiplayer. If you look at the name change, the game is called Kingdom Hearts Union. Union, like a union, the unions in the game, union of friends, whatever, union being togetherness, and then cross, kind of like, you know, playing multiplayer with your friends across different devices. Union Cross. That's how I interpret the name. It's the whole entire name seems completely centered around multiplayer. And, you know, maybe later on in the story, when the story gets rolling, Nomura will find a clever way to have it be somewhat impactful on the story as well. But for now, the name is Union Cross to clearly market multiplayer, right? What bothers me about this name change is that it is not called, you know, Kingdom Hearts Key or Chi, if whatever you want to say. This is not Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key anymore. The way they named it almost makes it sound like this game is not a part of the Key saga of games anymore. It's Union Cross. I would actually be all aboard with this name change, and I think it would have been the right thing to do if they weren't planning on continuing the story, which you know, whatever. I gotta accept it now. There's story on the mobile game, whatever. If you're continuing the Unchained Key storyline, I don't see why you would change the name of the game to not be Kingdom Hearts Key anymore. This is still part of the Kingdom Hearts Key saga, yes? This is Kingdom Hearts Key has established itself as one of the pillars of the Kingdom Hearts story. A very important, everyone understands, like, you know, we need to know about Kingdom Hearts Key as we prepare for Kingdom Hearts 3. And when your series, Kingdom Hearts, is already criticized without Key being included at all, the series itself is just already criticized for being too complicated, convoluted, hard to follow. Not that I necessarily agree with those opinions, but I'm saying in the public eye, that is a lot of the biggest criticism that comes to Kingdom Hearts. When your series, you're aware that your series has that giant criticism, I don't see why you would change the name of the key storyline to be Cross now and have to explain to people this storyline is still the Unchained Key storyline. It's still part of the Key saga. This game is just not called Kingdom Hearts Key anymore, but this is Kingdom Hearts Key. It's just, it seems like a bad move to me. What I think would have been genius would be if the Unchained Key storyline was finished, that story was done, there's no more story to be had that's connecting to the rest of the series, and they want to continue this mobile game because understandably Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key has a pretty large fan base. Well, I wouldn't say like huge, but it has a substantial fan base outside of the just normal Kingdom Hearts fan base that I can consider the Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key fans like a separate entity from general Kingdom Hearts fans. There's people who play Unchained Key who do not care about the rest of the games, and they just like Unchained Key for Unchained Key. So what I think would have been genius to do would be wrap up that Unchained Key storyline, separate it from the main series, and only change the name when you're ready to make this game a true spin-off title. Because I know, obviously, this game makes them a lot of money. Why would they, when the story runs out, just stop supporting it? I think it would be smart of them to continue supporting this game for years to come, but make it clear when the time is right that this is no longer Kingdom Hearts Key, and then now this is Union Cross, because it is now a spin-off game that has nothing to do with the story. I think I would have been so on board if that's what they did here with the rebranding, where they changed the name to Union Cross, take the key symbol, the Kingdom Hearts key symbol out of the name when the story is no longer part of the Key saga. It makes so much sense to me. And then I watch the trailer for Union Cross and I see that the story continues and Ventus is there. That's like the big shocker that's pulling everyone in, and they're just doing the complete opposite of what I'm saying. They changed the name to Market Multiplayer. I understand that, and maybe it'll tie into the story later. But right now, it looks like they changed the name to Market Multiplayer, but it's still the Key storyline. And you can understand how when I'm trying to explain this to people, it could get, mildly confusing to the person I'm explaining it to, especially if they don't know everything, the ins and outs of Kingdom Hearts. So I'm just kind of worried that this could lead to a little identity crisis, kind of when, someone's trying to understand the Kingdom Hearts storyline. They're like, oh, Union Cross. I'll be like, oh, that game used to be called Unchained Key, and it actually is a Kingdom Hearts Key game. It's just not called Kingdom Hearts Key anymore. I'll just say that, and I guess we'll be done with it. Anyways, I'm not going to drag this video on any longer than it needs to be. I'm probably going to end up attempting to get back into the game again, but failing probably because, I've made so many tries now, and I just can't consistently play this game. And when you don't play the game consistently, that's how you fall behind in story, and that's how it turns into the big homework assignment in the first place. So it's hard for me. I'll give it another shot because, preferably I would like to experience the story, with my own gameplay. But, if worse comes to worse, I'll look up YouTube scenes, whatever. I didn't really mean to come off as like super negative or anything. I'm just expressing my disappointment in my mistake of believing back cover would have been the key storyline, the key filling you need before, Kingdom Hearts 3. The way it looks, it's probably not, and you probably do have to get scenes from the mobile game. It's not really a system I agree with, but it's something I'm gonna have to accept. My next video, or the big video, the scripted one that I've been working on, is something that is not negative or anything like this, so you guys will probably enjoy it. But I just felt like I wanted to get these thoughts out of my system because this has been building up into my system. Like, God, the name change gets me so hard. Like, it was so perfect to take the key out of the name when it's not part of the story anymore. That would have been genius, but they didn't do it, and now I'm just like, ugh, but I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm going too far with it. I think I got my point across. Thank you guys for watching. I've been Soralum1, and hopefully I will have another video up for you guys soon. Peace.